Good afternoon, my dear students. On behalf of Government Science College, I welcome to you all to this online classes. My dear students, you might have known about the present situation that we are suffering. We are trapped by a dangerous disease that is COVID-19. So stay home, stay safe, and in this critical situation, this is a small initiation by our institutions to provide you uninterrupted learning process through online. So I hope you will utilize it in a proper way, because you are at home and you have to read everything what we have told you and utilize your time in a proper way. Today I will teach you a small but an important prose piece, My Greatest Olympic Prize by Jesse Owens, who was a successful and renowned track athlete of that time. Before to peep into the story, I would like to tell you what is Olympic game about. According to the history, the Olympic game was started over 2700 years ago at Athens, and it is an international game festival in which so many athletes from all over the world take part in it to bag prizes for their nations. In this story, the author also highlights about his personal account about track and field and about some human qualities. He says, Jesse Owens says, to win gold medal in a game is not important, but to take part in it is very important, which is the cream of the story. The story portrays all these qualities, like what is friendship, what is sportsmanship, and what is important for an athlete in a game. If to tell the story briefly, I would like to introduce the characters of this story. The characters, there are three important characters in this story. The first one is Jesse Owens, who is an American long jumper, a Negro man, and next Lars Lang, a tall German long jumper, and Adolf Hitler, who was the ruler of Germany at that time. And if I would tell you about the author's introduction, Jesse Owens, the author, his birth name was James Cleveland Owens. His nickname was the Buckeye Bullet, means he was a quick runner. So people called him Buckeye Bullet. He was born on 12 September 1913 and died on 31st March 1980. Now I will tell you the story. It was the time of 1936 Olympic game held at Berlin in summer. At that time, Adolf Hitler was the ruler of Germany, who was a most powerful ruler of that time. According, he says, means Adolf Hitler says, or that German athletes were the best athlete in the world. It was his belief. He declared that German athletes were the best and he would fetch so many medals in this Olympic game. It was his belief. This is a narrow human psychology of Adolf Hitler because he supports to the German athlete only. He says the Germans who are the Aryans, according to him, the Germans are the Aryans, are the superior race than the other races in the world. That's why a sense of nationality was running high at that time in German. So, on the other hand, Jesse Owens, who was an American track athlete, he knew the bad intention of Adolf Hitler, and he became annoyed because he had a hope that he would fetch some prizes in Olympic game. Before that, he had trained a lot to participate in this Olympic game 1936. So the trial match starts. Jesse Owens came to the ground. When Jesse Owens came to the ground, he saw another long jumper who was Luz Lang. People says that Adolf Hitler kept him hidden in order to bag prizes in this Olympic game. So Jesse Owens became angry, but he had a strong faith on him that he would fetch some medals. He did not discourage, he did not lose his patience, but we know that an angry athlete is an athlete who does mistakes. So that has happened in the past two trial match of Jesse Owens. He became failed in past two trial match, but Luz Lang, his opponent, he knew the intention of Jesse Owens, and he came to him and patted him, helped him physically and mentally, instructed him how to start the takeoff point, put a line, and helped him and advised him to hit the target. Anyway, at last Jesse Owens understood his mistake, understood his feelings on Luz Lang, that Luz Lang was not a man with evil intention, but Adolf Hitler was a man with evil intention. So from that point, Luz Lang helped him and Jesse Owens changed his intention, and in the third trial match, he hit the target. The next day was the final match. So before the final match, Jesse Owens went to the cabin of Laszlo alone to meet him. They discussed so many things on track and games, and also they discussed so many personal matters between them. After that, a strong faith of friendship was created in between them. In the field, they were opponent, but outside the field, they were good friends. And with the presence of Adolf Hitler, Laszlo helped him how Jesse Owens will win the gold medal. At last, Jesse Owens won the medal, but he realized that to take part in a game is very important rather to take medals, which is the central point of this story. So I hope this small video will help you out, and I have already given you the notes. Please go through these notes, word meaning and summary. Then if you will find any difficulties, then ask me. Thank you.